What if the exercise routine you've trusted for decades is quietly working against you now? Most Americans over 65 were told the same thing for years. Just keep walking. Walk for your heart. Walk for your joints. Walk to stay independent. And for a long time, that advice made sense. Walking is familiar. It feels safe. It fits neatly into daily life, around the neighborhood, through the grocery store. But here's the uncomfortable question few people are asking out loud. What if walking alone is no longer enough for your body at this stage of life? If you've noticed that standing up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, if stairs feel steeper than they did 5 years ago, if your balance feels less reliable, especially first thing in the morning, then this conversation may matter more than you realize. Many older adults assume these changes are simply normal aging, something to accept, something to work around, something that eventually leads to canes or walkers, or giving up activities they once loved, traveling, gardening, playing with grandchildren, or even carrying groceries without stopping to rest. But here's what's quietly emerging from newer research and clinical observations. The issue often isn't age itself. It's the type of movement the body is no longer getting. After 65, your muscles, joints, bones, and nervous system don't respond the same way they did at 45. The signals your body needs to stay strong, stable, and confident must be more specific, more intentional, and surprisingly, they often require less time, not more. So the real question becomes, are you exercising in a way that truly protects your independence, or just maintaining habits that feel familiar? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may completely change how you think about movement after 65. To understand why so many adults struggle physically after 65, we need to talk honestly about what actually changes inside the body with age, and why those changes are often misunderstood or underestimated. Beginning in our early 60s, the body starts losing muscle strength, balance control, and reaction speed at a faster rate than most people expect. This process isn't dramatic at first. It shows up quietly. A slower walk across the street before the light changes. A moment of hesitation stepping off a curb. Using your hands to push yourself out of a chair. Small adjustments that feel harmless, until they start adding up. Many older adults believe that staying active through walking alone will prevent these issues. Walking is certainly better than sitting all day. But here's the problem. Walking primarily trains endurance, not strength, stability, or coordination. And those are the exact systems most responsible for falls, loss of independence, and mobility decline later in life. This is why doctors often see patients who walk every day, but still experience frequent stumbles, weak legs, back pain, or fear of falling. The body simply isn't receiving the signals it needs to preserve muscle power, joint control, and balance. Who is most at risk? Adults over 65 who rely on one type of exercise. People who avoid strength or balance movements out of fear of injury. Those with arthritis, past falls, or long periods of sitting. Anyone who has gradually reduced activity after retirement. Family dynamics also play a role. Many seniors don't want to worry their children. They push through discomfort. They adapt quietly, choosing elevators over stairs, carrying lighter bags, avoiding uneven ground. These choices feel practical, but over time they teach the body to become weaker instead of more resilient. The good news is that the aging body is not fragile, it's responsive. Even in your 70s and 80s, muscles, bones, and the nervous system can improve when challenged correctly. The issue isn't effort, it's direction. In the next section, we'll break down what's really happening inside the body as these changes occur, how to recognize early warning signs before they become serious problems, and why certain common exercise habits may unintentionally speed up decline instead of slowing it down. To understand why many well-intentioned exercise habits stop working after 65, we need to look beneath the surface, past calories burned or steps counted, and focus on how the aging body actually functions. What's really changing inside the body after 65? As we age, 3 critical systems decline together, not separately. Muscle loss doesn't just mean smaller muscles. It means weaker signals from the brain to the muscle fibers.
After 65, the body loses fast-reacting muscle fibers first, the ones responsible for catching yourself when you trip or standing up quickly. Walking uses mostly slow, repetitive fibers, which is why it feels comfortable but fails to protect you when sudden movement is required. Balance isn't just about the legs. It's a conversation between the inner ear, the eyes, the nervous system, and the muscles. With age, this communication slows down. If exercises don't actively challenge balance, the brain gradually stops prioritizing those pathways. Bones don't stay strong just because they exist. They respond to mechanical stress. Gentle, repetitive movement like walking often isn't enough. Most decline begins with compensation. You might notice needing to grab furniture, taking smaller steps, or avoiding carrying heavier items. When these signs are ignored, they progress into chronic pain, fear of falling, and difficulty getting up from chairs. Walking is valuable for heart health, but it doesn't teach the body to be strong, reactive, or stable. Think of it like reading the same paragraph every day. When routines lack resistance and balance challenges, the body adapts by becoming efficient only at slow, predictable motion. Consider two seniors. One adds strength movements, the other just walks. 5 years later, the difference in confidence and capability is striking. Aging doesn't mean weakness. Targeted exercises tell the body, stay strong, stable, responsive, and confident.
In the next section, we'll shift from understanding the problem to practical, safe solutions, daily habits that support strength, balance, recovery, and long-term independence without extreme workouts or risky movements. Now that we understand what's really happening inside the body, the next step is knowing what to do about it, safely and realistically. The goal isn't intense workouts or dramatic lifestyle changes. It's consistency, intention, and choosing habits that support the body systems most responsible for independence. Daily movement habits that make the biggest difference. Instead of long exercise sessions, focus on short, targeted movement several times per week. 20 to 25 minutes, 3 to 4 days a week, is often enough. Prioritize movements that involve standing up and sitting down with control, supporting your body weight through your arms and legs, holding positions briefly to build stability, challenging balance in a safe environment. These types of movements teach the body how to handle real-life situations, getting out of a chair, reaching for objects, catching yourself if you lose balance. Nutrition that supports strength and recovery. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at using protein. Many older adults eat enough calories, but not enough high-quality protein to support muscle repair. Simple guidelines include protein at every meal: eggs, fish, poultry, beans, yogurt. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Ensure adequate calcium and vitamin D for bone support. Small nutritional adjustments often amplify the benefits of movement without requiring strict diets. Sleep and recovery matter more than you think. Recovery is when adaptation happens. Poor sleep interferes with muscle repair, balance control, and reaction time. Aim for consistent sleep and wake times. A calming evening routine. Light movement earlier in the day rather than late at night. Even modest improvements in sleep can significantly improve how the body responds to exercise. When to involve a medical professional. If you experience persistent joint pain, recent falls, numbness, or sudden balance issues, it's important to speak with a healthcare provider before increasing activity. The goal is progress, not pushing through warning signs. The key principle to remember: there is no miracle exercise. The real solution is choosing movements that send the right signals to your body. Signals that say, stay strong, stay balanced, stay capable. In the final section, we'll summarize the most important takeaways and talk about how to turn this knowledge into action without pressure or fear. If there's one message to take away, it's this: aging does not mean giving up strength. The body doesn't stop responding after 65. Walking and staying busy work best when paired with intentional movements. Small changes, practiced consistently, can reshape how secure you feel. You don't need to train like an athlete. What matters is movements that support independence, standing up with ease and walking without fear. Progress doesn't happen overnight, but when you start sending your body clearer signals, it often responds faster than you expect. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What everyday movement has become more difficult? Standing up, stairs, or balance? Share your story in the comments.